All right, guys, what's up? This is Sensei. Today, I'm talking with Mark and Shane from Southern Honda Power Sports. We were on the tracks with Fastlane, and we just happened to be sitting down in the trailer, and we were just talking. So I said, you know what? I'm going to hit the record button because we're touching on topics about my first time hitting the tracks, never been on the tracks before, and yeah, we're going to have a good time. So let's go. All right, guys, today's track day, but it's all the mini bikes. We out here having a good time. We got the Navis, we got the Groms, and we out here just enjoying that time, you know? If you've never been out, come on.
Yeah. A whole new perspective of motorcycle biking. A lot of the things that you've learned on the road becomes exaggerated on the track because you have to look in through the turn. It's exaggerated on the track. It's more important maybe on the track. Even though you're not going to hit things, there's nothing to harm you on the track. Like the road has all its own dangers.
Yeah.
But every motorcycle rider should go on the track one time, and if they enjoy it, carry on doing it. If they don't enjoy it, then it's not for them. But everyone should try it one time because it's an amazing thing to do. It teaches you more about what your bike can and can't do. And the bike is 99% of riders can't outride their motorcycle. The motorcycle is way better than what they are, but they just don't realize it. They're nervous of it. They're scared of it. Track, I think, brings that out, makes you realize, oh, this bike can do so much more than I realized. And you learn to, there's the limit of the limit of your grip is when metal hits the ground. On the track, you're pushing those limits. You're pushing your own limits. And I think everyone should do it. Every motorcycle rider should do it one time. Another discipline I need to learn. I've never done it. I need to learn to do off-road. But you've done. I've never done it. That's my next target. Is okay. I've got to push myself one more time. I've got to go off-road.
Yeah.
And I've got to break down those fears of having a bike slide and move underneath me because I don't know that. I don't know how it feels.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if I want to feel it, but I do want to feel it.
Feel it, Mark.
Yeah, I do. I do want to feel it. So,
Let's go.
So that's my next discipline to break down is go off-road.
That's right. So you said something, right? You said about when that metal touches that ground, with the ground, it's kind of like a crazy feedback for you. Because when I was cutting through the turns, that steep turn I was telling you guys about, right? I said the fourth time around, the second round, the second 30 minutes, I dropped it even deeper. And I was like, I know I'm gonna hit this metal a little bit, but it gave me good feedback. I went to come back up a bit.
You're pushing each time you push your limits a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you're doing it in little increments. You're not going out there and going absolutely batshit crazy. Sorry.
Yeah.
But you're not going crazy.
Yeah, we're grown people. You can say whatever you want to say.
But you're pushing your limits each time. Every time you go out, you're pushing them a little bit more. You learn a bit more of the track. You understand your cornering. You understood, after we'd been out one time, you understood what the blue square was your apex. And then next time you went out, you knew to hit that apex.
Yes.
So you're learning every time you go out in a session.
Boy. All right, fellas, so we out here. Got Shane getting on the gear. Let's go, baby.
We gonna go.
Come on.
We're not gonna go fast because we're on Groms.
We're gonna go fast, Grom. We're gonna Grom fast.
Hey, there's something about going fast on a slow bike. That's super high fun quotient. Very, very small, or way less exposure to risk.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
Let me go over here to this English adventure over here. Hold on a second. Let me go over here. Oh, what we doing today?
Just grazing havoc. Crazy havoc.
Come on.
It's gonna be fun.
Let's go.
Full hoon mode.
You know what I'm saying? Hold that real quick.
Gotcha.
And guess who else going on the suit today?
Look at this man, his suit. Look at this.
Look at this today, fellas.
He's wearing a whole cow.
I got the whole cow. Yo, let's go. We're about to get on these Groms and we're going to have a good time, baby. Southern Honda Power Sports. You guys already know. Y'all hear me talk about Shane a lot. Y'all seen Mark. Y'all know the deal. Let's go.
And everyone should do it. And every motorcyclist should push their limits to truly understand how they can ride and how they can better their riding.
And they need to do that on a track.
On a track.
And that's one of the things, pushing that on the road, there's just too many consequences.
Yeah.
And what I have found is I'm a little bit of a street Rossi, where I want to get out there and burn it down on the mountain and do things I shouldn't. And I mean, we all want to know what throttle lock feels like, you know? And what I have found is the more often I am on the track and engaged in track days, the more tamped down my street riding is. So it's like I come out here and get my fix. I don't have to worry about cross traffic. I don't have to worry about the double yellow. I don't have to worry about oncoming traffic. I'm just focusing. And for me, every track day or every session of every track day, I try to pick one thing to work on. Whether it's I screwed this turn up, I'm going to get better on this turn, or I'm going to try that. So I try to pick an objective per session. And you start picking the track apart. So you come out in the first couple sessions, you know, this turn's giving me a hard time. I'm going to find a guy that's faster than me and watch him through that turn and try to emulate that. You know, so like Mark said, there's very few people that can outride the limits of their bike.
Yeah.
But most of us can get in pretty deep, pretty quick, if we're not paying attention. So for me, to Mark's point about riding dirt, you know, guess what's going to help you if you go off track into the grass here? Riding dirt. You know, and if you ride dirt or you feel your back, like you steer with your back tire sometimes, you use the throttle to pivot the bike around. So to be able to kind of cross platform and it's like riding mountain bikes and road bikes. They're complementary. They help you in so many ways. But then this is the first time I've ridden today a small bore bike on a track. It's some of the most fun I've had. I felt very safe. Diced it up with some guys today and way closer riding and racing, you know, even though it's just a track day. We're out there racing, you know, we're picking marks and trying to get past him. But it helped me find, you know, a bit more comfort on the bike where I didn't have that. So you didn't know you were coming today. Well, you knew you were coming. You had no idea. So you got surprised. Where I've been trying to get you a set of leathers since we went to Mid-Ohio.
Yep.
And so we showed up and we made it happen, and then we just threw you to the wolves. So what's your impression? What's your thoughts?
So my impression is this, right? I'm not coming back to Southern Honda Power Sports. I'm not talking to Shane anymore or Mark. So my impression, good question. So you guys have been kind of enticing me a little bit with the track stuff, right? I had no idea that I was gonna be putting on this thing today.
Yeah.
Didn't know about it.
Whole cow.
The whole damn thing. I felt like a hero on it. I had an amazing time. I learned a lot in a short time because you gave me a whole lot of information that my brain retained it, right? And you gave me information that my brain retained it. Like, hey, the white flag means you got one more lap to go. The checker flag means, yo, this is time for your last lap. Get your butt.
You got 30 minutes to go practice.
So you got 30 minutes, right?
30-minute sessions.
Then you talked about the apex and the legs out or the arm out or the hands up. So I learned a whole lot about track etiquette. And then on the second round, the second time, you gave the instructions of bring your face more towards that mirror, bring your head forward, shifting your body weight. So I learned a lot that, and I hate saying things that I know, because I don't know. I always play the dumb role. I don't know, never been on the track before my whole life, but the experience was amazing. And you said something too, the off-road riding, bro, I'm coming in this turn, the bike didn't make the turn. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go right over into that grass. No panic, because I already learned grass and gravel and all that stuff, right? So I just let it do this thing, went over the little bumpy stuff and just kept it moving again. So it does cross transfer itself into each other. It gives and takes, you know? So what I'll tell you guys is this, right? For me, my experiences growing up in the Bronx, it was all street riding. There was no tracks, there was no going in no back roads, there was no me riding to California. When I met a few people in my life a couple of years ago, about 6 years ago, I started really enhancing the long-term stuff. When I met Shane and Mark and all these guys at the dealership, I really started realizing that I was around a bunch of nutcases like me. I'm a nutcase too. I love people who's not normal. And you know, Mark is like, hey man, when you try the track, it's gonna be phenomenal. I was like, okay, I'll try it. Shane was like, yeah, dude, you're gonna be addicted. Mark, you're gonna be addicted, man. You're gonna be addicted. He's right. So I'm gonna make a special account to put money aside for track day.
Well, it's not hookers and blow, so it just goes to tires. So let me ask you this: hookers and blow may be cheaper.
Man, being on that track alone was awesome.
Okay, so couple things. So when I told you to get back, when we come out of the pits, that solid white line is called the blend line.
Okay.
You stay on the left side of the blend to get up to speed, and you don't move onto the track until the line ends.
Got you.
Okay?
Okay.
The blue parts, I was pointing to the curb. You see it's white and red.
Yep.
Okay? The blue point, that's your apex marker. So that's what you want to start trying to hit.
Okay.
Okay?
So you basically, when that turn is coming up, you want to be over there.
So what I'm curious about, we're riding small bore 125cc Groms or Navis on a track. I think my indicated top speed was 60 miles an hour, full tuck as hard as I could go.
Yeah.
On these small bikes. So what have you learned on a small bike on the track that you can then apply to the big bike on the Goldwing?
Beautiful. So what I learned on the small bike is that my limit was probably like 40, 42 miles an hour. That was it. On the straight run, if I was on a bigger bike, I'd have been able to really gun it. However, is using the eyes more and looking through the turns. So when I do the mountain rides, I'm looking through the turns, but when you're in real world, you got gravel that could be in the road, you have oil spills, you got deers that could come out, all these different things. My focus was much more in tune. However, there's no rear view mirrors in these bikes. You got people ready to pass you. You have to use your eyes, you have to use your head, you got to use everything. The application that I can possibly see is on a Grom. I can't say that it forced a lot of that because it's a slower bike. But what I can say is that when I'm on the road, I'm implementing a lot of the experience that I've had over 20-something years of riding.
Body position.
Right. The body positioning, right? Most of our rides is straight. Let's face it, when we're riding, you're not taking deep turns.
You're just riding in the wrong places.
That's it. I am riding in the wrong places, right? Now I'm with the right people.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is the turns, man. I'm comfortable with certain turns, but certain turns I'm not comfortable with. So I want to be able to hold that position, get in that position, and get a little deeper than I'm doing now. And I believe it's not the skill, it's the technique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So one of the things I noticed on a Grom and a Navi is you have limited ground clearance. And so what I'm thinking is you have limited ground clearance on the Goldwing as well.
Yeah, you do.
And so you can apply that hanging off. There's a reason why we hang off the bike, and you understand that better now because the bike responds differently.
Right.
So, Mark, you've been riding 35 years?
45 years.
45 years.
Yeah, I'm an old fellow.
Your first track day was October of last year.
Yes,
Mark, sit right here because the light here is terrible.
Yeah.
Last year. Last year was the first ever track day.
So
Here.
So after you've done all kinds of street riding, delivery, all kinds of stuff, streets of all over London and all these places, what has the track taught you that you can directly put into your road riding on a daily basis?
Well, think about it. I have to think about that.
That's a good question.
It's still the fundamentals. Look through the turn.
Yeah.
Look through the turn. And the biggest thing, and I've told people this many times, trust your machine. Trust the tires. Modern tires are phenomenal. Trust your bike. You can't outride your machine, no matter how good you think you are. You can't. The bike will take it. And if you can outride your machine, you probably need to be racing for a professional outfit because you're obviously that good. But that, for me, I think what I get from the track is the fundamentals. Look through the turn. Keep looking. Balance the bike. If you're moving around on the bike at the wrong time, the bike is unbalanced. You've got to be in tune with the bike. Lean into the turns, look where you're going, and trust the tires. They won't let you down unless you do something stupid.
Wow.
And then you're in trouble.
My barometer for how I'm riding is how smooth I am. If I'm not smooth, I'm either not in the right headspace, or I'm overriding, and I need to back it down until I'm smooth again. And then I only increase my speed as long as I'm smooth. And there's some days where I really focus on being smooth and linking turns, like hitting those apex markers. So, out here on the rumble strips at NCM, your rumble strips are white and red, except there's a blue apex marker. And so when you can start linking those turns and strafing the apexes and just really linking that in a fluid motion, then that's normally when I realize I'm flying. I'm really flying. Body position's on point. I'm smooth. I'm not jerky on the bike. And if I ever feel that I'm jerky on the bike, the first thing I do is check where my eyes are. Normally my eyes are behind the motorcycle. I need to be. I'm not looking behind myself. I'm just behind the reaction curve. So the faster you go, the farther you need to be looking. And so a lot of times people are looking through the turns where I'm going to be turning this way and I'm already looking over here. And it's because the bike just bends.
You're looking to the end point.
I'm looking where I'm going, not where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And so when I find that I'm kind of herky-jerky or I'm not smooth, I normally fix it first with my eyes.
So the tracks. When a lot of people think about track day, when I first started hearing about track day a few years ago, I immediately thought speed. That's what I think about. It's like, you see people racing, you're like, how fast am I going to go?
Mm-hmm.
As I started listening to you guys and more people that I know that go to track day, whether it's the drag strip or it's the turns like we did today, the slower you go, the better you get.
Well, there's a saying in motor racing, slow in, fast out.
Mm-hmm.
That's key to all quarters. Slow in, fast out. But when you think, I've heard a lot of F1 drivers. I'm an F1 fanatic. I've heard a lot of F1 drivers say, when you think you're slow, you're actually fast.
Yes.
When you think you're doing it too slow, you're on the point. You've got it right.
So that one turn, that one damn left turn, right? I said, I'm gonna look at the angles to where my style feels comfortable to hit that turn. I slowed it down, but I realized I wasn't really going really slow in the turn. I just wasn't going fast to where I felt panicked.
Yeah.
And I was able to get the turn pretty smooth every time.
Well, okay, so we're going to go back. A few weeks ago, we were in Virginia. Remember, we were in Virginia. Shane and I, we did a track day on the Monday.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was Mid-Ohio.
Mid-Ohio. Sorry, Mid-Ohio. And it was follow the leader with an instructor, with a coach, and after every session, they'd sit down with you and they'd tell you what you're doing and how to improve. And I think on the third session, I said to my coach, man, that was the slowest I've been. He said, no, you're learning it because that's the fastest you've been. And I thought, wow. So that meant something to me because I thought, oh man, that was a slow session. I said, no, you're learning it. You're getting faster, but it's becoming smoother, becoming easier because you're learning it. So you felt it was slow, but he said, I promise you were faster.
Are you familiar with Tai Chi?
Only in the name.
Okay, so Tai Chi is a Chinese art.
Yeah.
You got northern style, you got southern style, right? Tai Chi, you have freestyle Tai Chi, you got actual moderated techniques in Tai Chi. And everything they do is very slow. I mean, so slow, you're looking, it's like really boring, right? When you're learning Tai Chi, you don't realize that you're learning fatal attacks. And then you pick up the speed and all of a sudden you're like, oh snap, how the hell did I do that? Tai Chi is a very sneaky art. That's Tai Chi to me. It's that you're learning the art of actually riding. It's not how many years you've been doing it. It's the application of it. When I first did the off-road riding, I didn't bust my ass right away because I was still doing basic gravel stuff and everything. I started busting my ass when I started doing more of the speed stuff and learning more in the turns and hitting the mud. How do I control the bike? So it's applicable to me on the main road because you're learning more about what if the bike skids out? How do you control it, right? What if a turn comes up on you at a pace you didn't even notice it? How do you handle it? So I'm happy.
Well, and so I used to be an instructor, riding instructor for road riders. And one of the things we used to say to people, like I mentioned to you earlier, the limits of traction is when metal hits the ground. And 9 times out of 10, when riders run off the road, their brain freaked out.
Target lock.
Exactly right. They're going for a turn, they think, oh, I'm going too fast, and then they look, where am I going? Where am I going to crash? When what the professional rider or someone who's in tune with what's going on, they know, look through that turn, press that handlebar just a little bit more. The bike will make the turn for you.
And dump your head,
But
you got to get in the right body position. But when you get that target lock, that's where you're going. You go where you look.
Exactly right. And so, like I mentioned earlier, today's tires are phenomenal. I mean, I look back at the tires that we had when I started riding back 45 years ago.
They were wooden.
They were trash. I mean, rain was very sketchy.
You said they were wood tires?
But you learnt to ride with the limits of the tire.
Yeah.
Today's tires, you go out in the rain now on tires today, and they don't even know it's water on the road. They don't know it's raining.
That's true.
I'm still sketched by it though.
When
That's the
people
one
tell
place
me-
I need to improve is rain
People
riding.
tell me, you ride in the rain all the time? It's just water.
Yeah.
It's just water. Tires don't know it's there.
Man.
You do in your brain. You know the water's on it, but the tires don't know.
Mm.
Trust the tires. And
Well-
if you're going in too hot, press a little bit more on that handlebar. The track will really teach you that.
I'm gonna tell you guys this though. All of y'all watching this video right now, right? Shane and Mark is my senseis when it comes to this stuff right now. The thing that you guys have to remove, just remove it, is ego. The ego will tell you, man, I've been riding for 25 years. No, you haven't. You've just been going straight for 25 years with a little bit of zigzags. The techniques of slow riding, understanding your turns, body positioning, arm positioning,
Eyes.
eyes positioning. A dirt bike, for example, adventure bike versus a Gold Wing or a Road Glide, they're different turning experiences. You making a U-turn on a Gold Wing is not the same as you making a U-turn on an adventure bike or a dirt bike. It's a completely different position, right? And the more I'm learning this, the more I realize that my experience is that tiny. So
There's layers.
there's layers to it, like everything else in life, right? So my thing is this: anytime you guys come down or come up to Southern Honda Power Sports, look for Shane and look for Mark, and I want you to pluck their brains, right? When it comes to gear and when it comes to tacticals and all these different things and first aid, talk to Shane. When you want to learn about safeties and motorcycle mindset and so forth, talk to Mark, or you can talk to both of them. And that's my thing to y'all, okay? I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Let's get these miles, let's get that money, and let's get the muscle. This is Sensei telling y'all we are out of here.
Deuces, y'all enjoyed it.
Peace!